Well, this is better late than never, but I got my boat in here in the backyard, and as you can see, it's quite big. But we got the pressure washing done underneath and got most of it cleaned off. I got to strip all the bottom paint and fix a few spots in it and some blisters. I started grinding out some of the blisters, but so they'll dry out, at least cut them open. Just on this side, here's one that's going to be pretty good size. But all in all, not bad, especially compared to some of the stuff I've seen on the internet. But here's the update. Bought this thing a couple months ago and took it out after I got the carburetors rebuilt, and one of the outdrives spun up on me, and I thought the outdrive blew up, but it turns out it was the hub inside the propeller that was so corroded and rotted away that the rubber in center hub spun out. I'm surprised that one didn't go too, but I guess it had a little bit more. So we pulled both outdrives out of it. As you can see, they're quite a mess. Once I got all the growth and the barnacles and all that off of it, there was nothing left underneath. This is all supposed to be all solid. Down here you can see where the pivot, I think, the pivot for the steering for the whole outdrive, it's all corroded and gone, including this bottom one. It's supposed to have a piece of aluminum goes all the way around in here, and it's gone. So it looks like two new outdrives, as well as transom plate or transom shields, because and one of the steering knuckles, there was no steering left on the right side of the boat, the starboard side. You can see the pins were corroded and gone. This side isn't much better, but all those metal filings right there are from spending several hours trying to get the bell housings out. Everything is corroded and caught. Before I go inside the boat, here's the two motors. Pulled those out, and the 100-gallon gas tank. It had about 90 gallons gas in it. So on top of filling every vehicle and a piece of equipment I have here, I still have 18 gallons of gas left. But here's the two motors, and of course I'm sure I'll go through those and re-ring them and bearings and valve job and all that. But after I get everything pulled apart and got the tank out, actually I pulled the tank out because the whole left side of the engine compartment, bear with me, I'm climbing up the ladder. The whole left side of the boat is all rotted out. The wood was just saturated. I had to pull all that out and all the foam and everything. Unfortunately, the stringer's all dry rotted too, which means that's got to be replaced. Not a big deal, just time consuming and more money. This side here, I still have to do some discovery on. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit of dark wood under there, under the glass, which means water's gotten in. So I'm going to strip the paint off that and do some testing. But along with all of this, I still have a transom to replace. Once it's gone to this point, you can pretty much bet it's spread throughout. So all of this is all dry rotted all the way down, and all that's got to be replaced too. But part of the reasoning behind this, I got to get the transom shields out and undo the steering and get the trim motors out so I can take the plates off and make sure how much wood I got to replace. I wouldn't be surprised I'm going to have to do the whole thing. Of course, the exhaust elbows are stuck too, so already one of them's got a big piece broken off of it, and we've got a piece on this steering arm here. You can see the pivot pin is in there, and on the port motor there was no pivot pin. It's broken off. So lots to do, easily fixed with time and money, but not what I had planned on when I bought this thing. So, and some of the water coming in, I know it's gone now, but part of the reason was this floor vent, or the floor drains up here, went down to here, and this drain piece was busted off that went out through the transom. That's part of the reason why all this started seeping down inside, and it's probably where I got a lot of the water when it rained. But it's been interesting after owning it this long and only using it. Well, actually, the longest I used it was to drive it to a marina to get it hauled out. Not much to see in here. I've got everything apart, pulling wiring and stuff. One of the wires that came from this electrical box went up and behind the sink up here, and was just 3 bare wires sticking out, and the fuse breaker was still on. So anyway, it's under construction, or destruction. This is the cabinet for the starboard side, or port side couch and all that, and took all the stuff out of the front berth, get it ready to rebuild and do some investigating. Get the bathroom and a shower, which works, but lots to rebuild there. I'm sure this entire bathroom, I mean the entire boat, is probably going to get rebuilt complete top to bottom. All new wood, all new cabinets, steering, throttle, shifters, all that 9 yards, knowing me. So this is just a quick video to show what's been done up to this point. And yeah, a little disappointing after spending the kind of money I did, with thinking the thing was going to be just fine for a while anyway, while I worked on it. Actually, the first weekend I went down to spend on it, I took the sanders and all that so I could sand and refinish all the bright wood and all that framing and all that stuff, thinking I was just bought a nice boat and was way ahead of the game. So this is just the beginning, and go from there. Bye.